touching warm, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe they never would. Oh, no, no. what you do to me. When you hold me in your arms so tight, you let me know everything's alright. I'm hooked on a feeling, I'm high on believing that you're in love with me. Lips as sweet as candy, its taste is on my mind. Girl, you got me thirsty for another cup of wine. Got a bug from you, girl, but I don't need no cure. I just stay a victim if I can for sure. All the good love when we're all alone. Keep it up, girl. Yeah, you turn me on. I'm hooked on a feeling, I'm high on believing that you're in love with me. All the good love when we're all alone. Keep it up, girl. Yeah, you turn me on. I'm hooked on a feeling, I'm high on believing that you're in love with me. I'm hooked on a feeling, and I'm high on believing that you're in love with me. I said I'm hooked on a feeling, and I'm high on believing Ooh, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. So won't you dance? The clock strikes upon the hour and the sun begins to fade. Still enough time to figure out how to chase
Carmen. Can I have a microphone on? Oh, thank you. Hello, welcome to an indoor event. Oh. It is amazing to see everyone here, to see people IRL. Get it? In real life. But, you know, I really am so grateful that we're here, and I guess I'm going to have to ask Mr. Karaman to put the lights back up a second, because probably the biggest reason we are here today, at the start of this school year, I reached out to all our activity sponsors. We didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know what the year was going to look like. And I said, hey, if you want 1 year off, if this is going to be too hard, if you need a break this year, I understand. We can do that. Not a single activity sponsor asked me to take the year off. They said they want to do this. So first thing I want to do is give a big round of applause to our sponsors this year who have all taken the time to do what we need for our students. Our students have been craving to be part of something, craving to be involved, and this is amazing. We have 100 kids on stage here tonight, which is unbelievable to think. Like, these are the seniors who were involved after a year of having probably nothing. We should say it's unprecedented. We could say it's, what other words do we use? You know, momentous, unheard of. Things we, like, it's a pandemic, it's an endemic, like these things. But you know what, for these kids, they found themselves. They found a way to still be connected. And when they come back to their reunions in 10 years, in 20 years, in 30 years, and they're going to sit with their friends and they're going to talk about, you know, they're not going to say, oh man, remember when we were home? They're going to say, remember what we did in spite of being at home. Remember what we could be part of, even though we couldn't be together the whole time. And that was kind of part of the best thing about our parade we had out here. Students just wanted to be together. They got to go to each station and just, some kids wanted to, hey, can I go check out the other group? I just want to say hi to my friends. I just want to see the people I haven't seen. And that's what makes being involved in high school so important. So students, I want to thank you for taking the time to get involved this year. So many of you, if you walk through, we put some pictures up in the hallway. You're not in just clubs. You're in sports pictures. You're in event pictures. You guys have been in all sorts of things this year. And that's amazing. And you should be proud of what you've done. We have regional champions, conference champions, section champions, and even some state champions here on stage tonight. This is the year we have a lot to celebrate. And let's be honest, we couldn't do this, none of us would be here doing this if it weren't for the trust of our parents. You guys looked to the school and said, we want our kids involved. We want our students connected. We want them to be part of something still. And it was hard. It was scary for some people. We didn't know what it was going to look like. But they did it. And with your support, they found success. That's the reason they're all here today, is because they found success because of the support you gave them. So students, why don't we all stand up and give your parents a standing ovation right now. All right, parents, thank you very much. Thank you everyone for being here today. The way this is going to work, we're going to have our club sponsors come up, and they're going to give awards to students from their particular clubs. So we are going to start with Mrs. Myers and the Anime Sci-Fi Club.
I'm Mrs. Myers, and I'm the sponsor of the Anime Sci-Fi Club. Anime Sci-Fi is a club that promotes cultural awareness through anime and manga and promotes an understanding of the genre of science fiction. These two individuals that I'm honoring tonight have been with the club for 4 years. I'm proud to announce the recipient of the 2021 Outstanding Commitment to Anime Sci-Fi Award to Reynoso Garcia. Ray has been a dedicated member of the Anime Sci-Fi Club. Ray loved the club and always had so much fun. It was infectious. I could always count on Ray to be at meetings and to participate in activities. He's exactly what you want in an activity member. Ray is a great young man, and I will miss his dedication and fun-loving personality. Congratulations, Ray. I'm proud to announce the recipient of the Outstanding Leadership and Outstanding Commitment to the Anime Sci-Fi Award to Phil Dankowski. Phil has been an officer for the past 3 years. Phil is a dedicated member who helped organize and run the club meetings. He always went above and beyond to make sure all of our activities were well planned. He would go all out in participating in events. He would cook, he would wear costumes, he'd purchase snacks, he did whatever it took. He wanted everything to be great for everyone. Phil cared so deeply about the club and its members. We will miss Phil's leadership, his dedication, and his love of anime sci-fi next year. Congratulations, Phil. I am also the sponsor of the Competitive Gaming Club. Video gaming is quickly becoming a popular sport among high school and college students. Recently recognized by and now promoted through the Illinois High School Association, esports are being seen as a way to bring teams together while developing personal skills and installing good sportsmanship. This is the 4th year of the gaming club, and this is the first year that we competed in multiple tournaments. I'm proud to announce the recipient of the 2021 Outstanding Leadership and Outstanding Commitment to Gaming Club Award to Mario Estrada. Mario couldn't be here tonight, but I want to talk about him anyway. Mario has been a dedicated member of the gaming club for the past 4 years. This year he was the vice president. Mario was in charge of 2 of the competitive teams, and I could always count on Mario to have the teams ready to play and ready to compete. Mario is friendly and outgoing. He welcomed new members and made sure that everyone was ready to play. We will miss Mario's leadership and his friendly demeanor next year. Congratulations, Mario. I'm proud to announce the recipient of the 2021 Outstanding Leadership and Outstanding Commitment to Gaming Club Award, Peyton Roscos. Peyton has been an officer of the gaming club all 4 years, and he was the president this year. Peyton has been the captain of the competitive Overwatch team for the past 2 years. Peyton made sure that the members were having fun, but also that they were demonstrating good sportsmanship and being respectful to each other. I could always count on Peyton to set up, clean up, and represent the gaming club at outside activities. Peyton has been my go-to guy, and I will miss his dedication and leadership next year. Congratulations, Peyton. And now for the Chess Club Awards presented by Mr. Farrell.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mr. Farrell, coach of the chess team. So I made it here. I was at a girls' soccer game, so I'm kind of dressed down, but forgive me. This year, the chess team met completely virtually. 2 days a week, we played all of our matches using a website called Lichess. If you're ever bored, check it out. It's called lichess.com. The 3 players that are receiving awards tonight are just a fraction of the 15 or so men and women, or boys and girls, that came out this year, many of whom were seniors. These 3 are really instrumental into the reason why we were 9-3 for the year and took home the 2nd place plaque for the SSC Red Division. So I'd like to first recognize this young lady who came to the chess team barely knowing how to play the game. But as I'll say, and she'll tell you, she learned a lot. She got so good at the game. She was actually had 10 wins this year and only 2 losses, and she was the top board on all the team's board 6s. So I think that Zamaria Howard really deserves this award. The next player I'd like to recognize is, if you've ever met him, he's always talking about chess or soccer right now, but he's always talking about chess, and he's always playing chess.com. Literally, if his phone's out, he's probably on chess.com. He has grown into quite the player. He'll talk about openings, he'll talk about endgames, he'll talk about puzzles, he'll talk about all kinds of strategy, and he just loves playing the game. This year, he had an outstanding season. He was 8 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw on our 3rd board. So congratulations to Alan Vera. The last member I'd like to recognize has been with us for all 4 years. I remember him as a freshman coming in, had a lot of knowledge of the game, was always willing to play any team's best player. He's been our board 1 for a couple of years now, meaning he has to play every other school's best chess player, and it often works out and sometimes it doesn't. But his competitive attitude and his willingness to always get better and play anyone at any point in time, no matter what, is quite the sight to see. Side note, a little bit about our state tournament. We didn't go according to plan, but Alan and this last gentleman played, I think, about 100 chess games in about 2 days, just playing anyone that would pop onto that online call and play them. And it was really impressive because they both won, I think, 1st and 2nd place for our impromptu side state tournament. So anyway, sorry. I'd like to recognize Arvin Wallach. Next up is Mr. Kukit with the fishing team.
Students. So cool to see you guys and girl. Really awesome. Thank you for joining us tonight as we recognize our Spartan anglers. Each year, all teams face a variety of challenge and trepidations. This past season was more difficult than most for our fishing team. We lost our teammate and dear friend, Andy Washak, to COVID. Andy was a 4-year member of the Spartan fishing team. He had the most amazing smile, the most positive attitude that an 18-year-old can have. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, Andy is ready to fish. Over the summer months, I'd see him refining his skills with his dad on his favorite Wisconsin lake. Fishing is a pastime that we can all take part in, and we are all happy that we were able to fish with Andy. If I may please ask that we bow our heads and take a moment to remember our teammate Andy Washak. Thank you. I would now like to recognize Demetrius Candidate. Over the past 4 years, Demetrius has grown into an extremely passionate young man about fishing. He has worked hard over the past 4 years to learn how to cast, to tie his fishing knots, and to catch fish. It is my pleasure to recognize Demetrius Candidate for his outstanding commitment to the fishing team over the past 4 years. Our next award is to celebrate Trevor Marchi. Since he joined our team 4 years ago, Trevor has always had his teammates in his thoughts first. Let me tell you, a good fishing spot is not easy to find. And when you find it, you keep your mouth shut about that spot so that nobody else catches your fish. Trevor is not like that. He found a secret fishing spot with his dad, and he invited his whole team to that fishing spot. And we had a lot of team members who caught fish that day. Trevor is a very giving person, and it speaks to the type of person that Trevor is. Thank you, Trevor, for your commitment to the team and your teammates over the past 4 years. Next, I'd like to celebrate Mike Jensen. Mike has been on the fishing team, one of the top fishermen on the team since his freshman year when he started fishing tournaments with us. What I appreciate most with Mike, besides his ability to fish effectively, is his quick wit. Despite being on a boat in the middle of a lake for 7 hours a day, the conversation never gets stale with Mike. The laughter never stops when you're with Mike Jensen. As a fisherman, Mike is different than most of his teammates. He works his bait slow and methodically, always in tune with what's happening on the other end of his line. Congratulations to Mike, and thank you for your outstanding commitment to the fishing team over the past 4 years. This year's Most Valuable Player Award goes to an individual who has helped teammates and promote the fishing team throughout the school over the past 4 years. She encourages her teammates to never give up, no matter how many times they miss a fish or how many tangles or how many ducks and birds they might catch. She has mentored younger anglers throughout her 4 years and helped them not only become better fishermen, but better Spartans. Another attribute I appreciate about her is her open line of communication that she keeps with her coach and her positive can-do attitude. This year's Most Valuable Player goes to Emily Savalio. Congratulations, Emily. To all of our senior members, thank you again for your commitment to the Spartan fishing team. As you go off into the world to accomplish great things, I look forward to fishing with you and seeing you someday on the water. Thank you. Next, I'd like to introduce Mr. Pat DiFilippo.
Hello everyone tonight. We're going to start off here with a yearbook award here. Our first one here, we're going to have a few different yearbook awards there. It's going to be part of the journalism too later on. But our first one here is Dominic Niceforo. Dominic has been a 4-year member and president for a couple years, and has always been very dedicated to the yearbook there. He spends a lot of his summer working there. A lot of people don't realize that we cover everything all the way up through graduation and everything, and so we're pretty busy during the summer, and Dominic always keeps, kind of keeps the whole group together and working. So thank you very much, Dominic. Oops. Sorry. There you go. All right, thank you. All right, that was it for just yearbook here. Now we're gonna go to video club here. Now this group here, in terms of the video club here, mostly seniors. We only have one member who is not a senior, so I'm not sure what we're gonna do next year, but we do the Spartan News. We try to come up with that every week or two. This year a little bit, we were kind of more monthly here this year here, but we have several people who we are gonna take a look at. We're gonna recognize their contributions here. Our first here, Nicholas Morrison. Okay. Nick has always been a very dedicated member there, and always kind of has a right spirit as he goes about bringing the Spartan news to people. All right, our next one here, Jamal Joda. Okay, Jamal really creates a lot of levity, and he does a good job, solid job when he's there anchoring and he's doing his stories there. Always provides a lot of levity and kind of keeps the spirit there of the Spartan news there. All right, thanks. All right, next up here we have Omar Alkazak. All right, Omar is our director. He does the editing, the directing, really kind of gets the finished product there. So in terms of the video club there, they did an excellent job this year at the sectional. They got first place there, and just a wonderful job there by this group here. All right, next up we have Hiba Horny, and okay, come on up, Hiba. And Hiba has been one of the main anchors there with the video club here for the last couple of years there. Doing a great job bringing the Spartan news, helping report, and always bringing a great attitude as well. Okay, our next one, Aman Kader. Okay. Aman has helped us there for the last, she has been, Hiba and Aman have kind of been the main anchors the last couple of years there, and have really done just an incredible job, working hard, did a great job with the sectional production and getting that all together there. So excellent. So thank you. Okay, that was Yearbook and Video Club. Okay. All right, you guys can have a seat there. Okay. Our next one here, Scholastic Bowl. Okay, so Scholastic Bowl, this is the first time that Mr. Gurney and I led this group here. Was kind of going into about a month, right? A month, and nobody had volunteered for that. And we were kind of looking at it and thinking about it and trying to see, how it would fit into our schedules. And we are very excited that we did it. It was an incredible group. We went on a nice run, came in second for the conference, and then had a great run at the regional. Came one question short of the regional championship, which we're pretty sure would have been the first one ever. And so we're not bitter about it or anything, but but it was pretty awesome, a lot of fun, and so it was really great. And really appreciated these seniors, and I believe I think Lena was new this year. Okay, we'll start off. Lena, I think it was their first year. Lena Abdurrahman. Okay, Lena. Yeah, it was Lena's first year there. Had a great contribution to the group there, and I think that it was really fun. It was virtual, which was, until the regional, it was all virtual, and so it was a really fun experience. Though got really got a chance to really compete and against all our local schools. Had a good time there. All right, our next one's here, Jonathan Weber. Thank you, John. Okay, Jonathan was a 4-year member and one of our main leaders there with our team there, and really had great showing. Had many points throughout. They're called toss-ups, and had many toss-ups. This year was played a little bit differently. There's normally a toss-up, and then you get bonus questions. It was all toss-ups, so you had to think quickly on your feet. And both Lena and Jonathan did a great job with that. Okay, Our next one here, Arvin Wallach. Arvin. Good job, Arvin is another 4-year member, provided a lot of leadership, really, they were helping us since we were brand new to it, and they really provided an incredible leadership, did a great job. Arvin at the regional there did so excellent, just incredible with the bonus questions, and kind of that's when you kind of work as a team, and really just incredible. So thank you, Scholastic Bowl. Thank you. Okay, I know I'm still talking. All right, this is our last one here. Okay, this one is for outstanding commitment to journalism and yearbook. You see, otherwise I would have been talking even longer. I combined these. So, so these awards here. So we'll talk a little bit about this here. The journalism season, we did excellent there for that. That was, we wound up winning the sectional for that. A lot of great competition, a lot of local schools, a lot of schools from throughout the suburbs. And they did a great job here. In terms of it, our first one here that we are going to recognize here is outstanding commitment to the journalism team, Omar Alkazak. Come on up. Okay. Okay, he did some more of his directing, some more of his producing there for this here. Excellent. All right, our next one here, Sophia Cerna, outstanding commitment to journalism and the yearbook. Okay, her role was for journalism there, broadcast news, so it's like a little radio snippet, 75 seconds. And she did a great job with that, won the sectional there, and performed very well there at state as well. All right, our next one here, Ferris Marzouk. Okay, all right. Ferris was our sports writer, and it is also a key member of the yearbook team as well. And made it, won the sectional there, and placed in first place there in sports writing, and then had a real nice, a nice piece there for state as well. Thank you. All right, our next one here, Hiba Warney. Okay. All right. Okay, Hiba did a lot with broadcast, of course, and then also is a key member of our yearbook club as well. Okay, our next one, David Romero. David. All right, David competed in a couple different things for, in 2 events there for our journalism team there. So he did newspaper design, and he also did, why am I blanking here real quick? Yearbook copywriting, I'm sorry, yearbook copywriting was the other one, sorry. And David did an excellent job in both of them and made it to state in both his events. So very good. All right, next up, Arvin Wallach. Okay, Arvin has been a 3-year member of the yearbook team, and has always been one of the big leaders, helping us all summer. And in terms of this year, won first place there at the sectional for yearbook design. So beautiful design, and did a great job. All right, and okay. We have Aman Kader next. All right, Aman, for journalism, is of course part of the broadcast there in the Spartan News. In terms of the yearbook, she's always one of the leaders that you could always rely on there. She gets her work done and really helps always. So really appreciate all her effort. So I'm going to really miss all of them very much. I'm not sure what I'm going to do next year without them, and it makes me very sad. But going to miss them very much, and they're one of the greatest groups we've ever had here. So, thank you. All right, next up is Mr. Frangella and Miss Nicholas with the Spartanite Awards. Thank you.
Hello, so we are the Spartanite, which is the student newspaper. We normally do paper editions of the newspaper, and we have an online version. And last year, these seniors, as juniors, really worked hard to develop both avenues, both the electronic version and the paper version. And the paper version was a lot of hard work, starting from the ground pretty much, and learning how to do layout, how to do copy editing and all that. And these seniors really excelled in all of that. As a matter of fact, we were really rolling along last year during their junior year, and then all of a sudden we had the shutdown. So this year we did not have any paper copies. However, these seniors remained adamant that they wanted to participate in the newspaper. They still went out, hunted down stories, they still covered events, they interviewed people, they talked to people, and they did a great job for our online version. I know they were sad that we didn't have paper version because we got so good at it last year, but they did an excellent job. So we want to honor these seniors for their dedication to the Spartanite. First up, we have Sarah Driscoll. Sarah was always willing to cover an event, talk to a sponsor or a teacher or a student about an activity coming up. Did a really great job covering all the Oaklawn news. Next up, we have Claire Esguerra. Claire was another one. Very willing to go out and find stories, interview students, interview faculty, and really get the details for things going on in the high school. Next up, we have David Romero. David did an excellent job learning how to paginate, design newspapers, write headlines, put pictures up, and all learning how to do that last year as a junior. I couldn't believe it this year when he said that he really missed doing it. He looked forward to doing it. He came a very long way, and his dedication still to write stories as a senior was awesome to see this year. Thanks, David. Next, we have Buthina Elheg. Buthina was quite awesome and blew my mind for 2 years in a row, the way that she covers Twitter and the internet and responds to stories and know everything that's going. She is almost always trending. Keep that name in mind. You will see it again someday. Next, we have Ella McHenry. Ella did a great job stepping up, running meetings in the beginning, always showing up for meetings and participating, even pushed the boundaries a little bit in the last 2 years of writing editorials and sharing her opinion and really making statements on different things, and I was so proud to see that. I taught her as a freshman in English honors, and to watch her blossom into a senior and have that level of confidence was awesome. Congratulations. Thank you. And finally, Ferris Marzouk. Ferris took hold of the sports section and virtually became the sports section, both last year and this year. Always willing to interview a coach, to take a different angle, to write a very fascinating lead, whether it was game stories, whether it was a feature, or anything about sports. He took on every sport that he could. He even learned new ones for journalism this year, and he did an outstanding job. And to watch his level of sports writing, being that I was a sports writer before I was a teacher, really made me proud of the job that he did. So all these seniors, thank you very much for your contributions to the Spartanite. Next up will be Mathletes and Mrs. Nicholson.
Good evening. Mrs. Watson and I had the privilege of serving as the Mathletes coaches for a wonderful group of seniors this school year. Like many things this year, our season was unconventional and challenging to say the least. However, our team persevered and rose to the occasion. In particular, we want to honor several senior members of the team who demonstrated unbelievable strength and commitment to the program, not only this school year, but throughout their time at Oak Lawn as well. Starting with our first award for the evening, recipients of the Outstanding Commitment to Mathletes Award are members who are part of the team for every year of their high school career. In addition to their commitment all 4 years, they also are in the top 4 for highest points scored this year. The recipients for Outstanding Commitment to Mathletes Award goes to Julia Bria and Arvin Wallach. Our next award is given out each year to senior mathletes who earn the most points during the season. This year's recipients for outstanding senior performance were a pair of individuals who took on the challenge of learning new topics and in return earned multiple perfect scores this season. These recipients are in the top 2 for highest total points scored this year. The recipients for Outstanding Senior Performance Award goes to Olha Huska and Matusz Limbarski. And next, I would like to introduce Mr. Worgan for Muslim Student Association.
I am not the sponsor of the Muslim Student Association. Ms. Razik is, and what we had, Ms. Razik has this, couldn't be here tonight, but she has done a video for her awards. So we're gonna watch it here. Students, sorry you can't watch it, but you can listen.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Samantha Razik, and I'm the club sponsor of the Muslim Students Association, or MSA. MSA has been a part of Oak Lawn now for 7 years. What an amazing accomplishment. Throughout the 7 years, I have always had amazing leaders step up and bring new ideas and energy to the club. This year, I would like to acknowledge 3 seniors for their hard work and dedication to MSA. The first 2 seniors, I would like to present the award of Outstanding Commitment to MSA to Aham Khartoum and Jamal Judah. Thank you guys both for all your hard work throughout your 4 years here at Oak Lawn Community High School and all the energy and new ideas you've brought to the MSA. I greatly appreciate it, and I know you guys will go on to do some really great things in your future. Thank you guys. The next award I would like to present is to a truly amazing leader. She has always been there when I needed somebody. She's always been able to get any kind of announcement out to the club at even a day's notice, and even if we wanted to switch a meeting or move a location of a meeting, she's always been there and the first one to respond and the first one to offer her help. She's always been my right hand person from the time she started as a leader at the MSA. I would like to present the award of Outstanding Leadership and Commitment to the MSA to Lillian Faries. Thank you, Lillian, for everything you've done. I greatly appreciate it. Nothing you ever did went unnoticed. I know you'll do some amazing things in your future as well. And again, I look forward to hearing about those things and keeping in touch with you. Good luck in all your endeavors in the future. I wish you guys all the best of luck, and thank you.
So if I could have Aham Khartoum, Lillian Fariz, and Jamal Joda come on up to receive your awards. Thank you very much. Next, I would like to introduce Ms. Sidlow for her Student Council Awards.
Good evening. It's no shock that Student Council is a club of great students. Our mission is to build responsible leaders within our school, as well as promote the values that represent good character and school spirit in all Spartans. We accomplish this lofty goal through a variety of annual activities, including homecoming festivities, the Student Leadership Conference, the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk, the Thanksgiving Food Drive, the Kaiser Family Pediatric Cancer Center Holiday Party, and Staff Appreciation Week. I am proud to announce the recipients of the 2021 Student Council Legacy Award to Monea Ali, to Lillian Fariz, to Anthony Hall, and to Shannon Schoen. The class of 2021 is extraordinary. While we weren't able to participate in many of our usual activities this past year, their dedication is to be commended. The 4 seniors being recognized before you tonight shaped the scope and energy of Student Council over the past 4 years. Each one of them is intelligent, poised, responsible, and approachable. They are excellent role models to our younger students. To my Legacy Award winners, I want to thank you to your service to Student Council, to the student body in your school. Thank you for making my job as an advisor so fun over these past 4 years. You have really left your mark at Olchis, and I wish you the best of luck in your future. Thank you. I'm now also going to present the Media Center Award with Mrs. Eileen Hooley. The Olchis Media Center aims to create a safe, supportive, and intellectually challenging environment through inquiry, creativity, collaboration, and community. We also strive to empower independently driven student learners. This year, our 3 recipients have showed exemplary involvement in the Media Center. We are proud to announce the first certificate for outstanding commitment to the Media Center to Zamaria Z. Howard. Z is a voracious reader. Her curiosity and insight added a spark to our after-school book clubs. She attended and supported numerous Media Center events over the years. We are very sad to see her go because we're really going to miss all the insight that she gave to us. So we're very proud of you, Z. Thank you very much.
Our next recipient for outstanding commitment to the Media Center is Salma Salame. She would please come up. We've known Salma since her first days as a Spartan. She attended Freshman Academy the summer before she started OLCHS. Even then, her friendly, polite, sweet nature made her a standout. She has been a joy to be around these past 4 years. We were happy to watch her grow into a dedicated member of the I-Team. helping students with technology, excelling at translating for new Arabic-speaking students, and her kindness will be missed. We are very proud of the student she's become. And our final recipient for outstanding commitment to the Media Center is Peyton Roscoes. Peyton Roscoes is another Media Center favorite. He is helpful, dependable, and dedicated. As an I-team member, he is great at problem solving with students and staff. He is also a hit at the Media Center events, sometimes wearing a wacky full-body lion costume to promote a school event. It's been wonderful to get to know you. Thank you very much. Congratulations, Peyton. I am the sponsor of the Senior Class Advisory Board, and I will be presenting that award now. I'm going to flip this with how I had it in my notes. If I could have the recipients stand up. Iman Cater, Mike Conroy, Hiba Warini, Taylor Fabian, Alan McAlpine, and Shannon Schoen. Just come up here. The Senior Class Advisory Board seeks to empower students with leadership opportunities, activities, and events that make a difference in their senior year. This club typically participates in many activities throughout the year, and this year they started with a blank slate. They could create whatever they wanted, really. From that, they designed and sold senior gear, their hoodies and t-shirts and sweats, things like that. They created a virtual trivia night and hosted a virtual gingerbread house-making contest. And they designed and executed a successful fundraiser for a senior family in need. Additionally, they maintained senior traditions such as the Yearbook Best of Awards, the Senior Slideshow, and they brought back the Senior Picnic. They also created new events such as the 21-day countdown for the class of 21 and a Senior Sunset activity in combination with NHS. So they accomplished a lot this year. There are two categories of awards this year. The first award goes to a team who has met all year long, sometimes twice a week, brainstorming, advertising, and creating new events. They help to set the tone for social events throughout the year, and they have done a great job. I am pleased to announce the recipients of the award for excellence in leadership to President Iman Cater, Vice President Mike Conroy, Secretary Hiba Warini, PR Coordinator Taylor Fabian, and Senior Class Member Extraordinaire Alan McAlpine. And the second award goes to a student who had a vision for senior class activities and has seen them through. She was ever present, whether virtual or in person, and always asking what else needs to be done. The award for outstanding commitment to the senior class goes to Shannon Schoen. Thank you very much, and I will now ask Mr. Capriola and Mr. Olson to come up to give their speech award. Thank you very much.
Hello, everybody. I am Mr. Olson.
I'm Mr. Capriola. Hello.
Thank you. We are here to introduce some awards for speech. And as you can tell by the long list on your program, we had a whole bunch of really incredible, really talented seniors in this class that we can't help but recognize. Every single one of them here has made such a huge contribution to our team and has really made the past 4 years in our career as head coaches of the team not only incredibly easy because of just the sheer talent that they bring to the team, but so incredibly fun and rewarding as well. So huge shout out to the class of 2021. You are all amazing. Even those of you who weren't on speech, that's okay. You should have been, but that's okay. But on to our awards. Our first award is the most outstanding speech team member, which, as I just said, it's hard to choose because they're all so outstanding, but we had to narrow it down to 2. And the criteria for this award is typically the person who sees the most, I guess, success on paper in terms of the tournaments that we go to. Our first recipient of this award was chosen for the regional team their freshman year. Their sophomore year, they managed to make it to the state tournament and were 1 point out of the state final round. Their junior year, they went back to state in 2 events, took 6th place in original oratory, and was the state runner-up in informative speaking. And her senior year, she decided to go back to the state tournament in a virtual format and came home with a 5th place medal for original oratory. So our first most outstanding speech team member award goes to Alondra Camacho.
Okay, now our second member is also a 4-year member of the team. He has had quite a great amount of success throughout those 4 years, whether it be in individual events or performance in the round. But last year, as a junior, he was on our regional team and was next out of going to the state tournament. Clearly, that must have bugged him quite a bit because he decided that his senior year, he would double qualify and be 1 point away from the informative speaking final. So, thank you for all of your 4 years of dedication. You have been a truly wonderful member of the team. The next outstanding speech award goes to James Walsh.
Our next award is the Most Valuable Speech Team Member Award. This award honors seniors who, you know, they were a huge part of the team. And while they did see a lot of material success and did perform exceptionally well at tournaments, not just this year, but all 4 years that they were involved with the team, they also help an immense amount with everything that goes on behind the scenes. Our first recipient of this award tonight was the president of both the speech team as well as the theater program, and you will see that they will be recognized again. This person I have had the pleasure of working with for the past 4 years, including directing them in a show this past spring. Again, that's theater. We're not going to get too much into that. But there's really nobody like this person. So everybody, give it up for the Most Valuable Speech Team member, Ella Moore.
Alrighty, we have one more of the Most Valuable Speech Team member. Now, I've had the pleasure of working with this student for their 4-year career in speech. They have been in a plethora of different events, funny, comedic, duets, things like that, and found great success really with all of them. One of my people that I can only remember, at least from my lineage in our school's history, of qualifying for this IHSA state tournament all 4 years of their high school career. They have done everything above and beyond to make every member of this team feel excited, enjoy their time on this program, and support them in many different ways. So our second most valuable speech senior goes to Jada Jackson. Alrighty, now, as we've talked about this very impressive senior class for our speech team, we have some senior achievements. So we will say just a little something about each member and about their lineage on the team, but there are quite a few, so we'll be bouncing back between Mr. Olson and myself. So the first person we would like to recognize for a Senior Achievement Award would be someone who has had lots of state experience and really has been a very reliable team member, willing to go above and beyond. That is Sophia Cerna.
Our next Senior Achievement in Speech Award goes to someone who can't help but put a smile on your face if you're in a bad mood, and if you're in a good mood, he's gonna put you in a better mood. He is one of the only people who can take all of the crap that I throw at him and throw it right back at me, and it's really earned him a special place in all of our hearts. So this next award goes to Omar Ramo Alcazak. Our next Senior Achievement in Speech goes to another 4-year member on the team, someone who, like Ramo here, always just exudes happiness and energy, and someone who really makes the speech team a warm and welcoming place. Our next award goes to Miss Grace Sievers.
Alrighty. Our next recipient was a state qualifier in prose reading this year and has been an all-around fantastic member of the team these past 4 years. Give it up for Daniel McLaughlin. Our next recipient, I've had the pleasure of coaching in an event for 4 years, and it has been a wonderful time to watch them rise through the ranks and really just always be impressive with wanting to do more, work longer, schedule extra practices, and be a great example of what a leader should be for our program. That is Alexia Stang.
Our next Senior Achievement in Speech Award goes to someone I remember when they joined the team, and from that moment I feel like there has been no better club for them, because they are always willing to share their opinion with you and tell you exactly why you're wrong. And honestly, they're usually right. So our next award goes to Mr. Robert Cook. And up next, another 4-year member on the team, someone who is always so courteous and so polite and really exhibits good communication, not just in her speech performances, but in every other regard. Our next Senior Achievement in Speech Award goes to Malak Shahada.
Now, the next member that's going to be received has always been someone who knows how to put a smile on my face. He was great to work with this year and in years past as well. I have truly enjoyed my time always seeing what he can get out of this program and really elevate his performance. And I'm happy to see that he is also going into the arts as he pursues a higher education. So I know you're going to do great things. So the next senior speech recipient is Jake Majerzik. Alrighty. The next recipient is probably, I would say, maybe one of the kindest members on the team, always willing to lend a hand and go above and beyond to make every member feel that they are just as important. I would like to give this award to Olha Huska.
Our next recipient also demonstrates all of the qualities that we have been describing for what feels like 30 minutes now. But this is also someone who, no matter what happened, they would always go back and try again, and try harder, and continue to stay dedicated to this activity, and really give it all that they could. We are super impressed with this person, and we're so happy to have her on our team. Give it up for Emily Kunst. I thought she was here.
One more. Now, this little ball of energy right here, I was always expecting to explode into a million pieces, not in a negative way, because they are so joyous and have so much fun with this activity. It has been truly a pleasure to coach you over these 4 years, and we will miss your lasting impact in many funny practices. To the funniest little girl I know, the last Senior Achievement Award for Speech goes to Emma OMG. All right, thank you very much. Give it up one last time for all of our wonderful senior members of the Oaklawn speech team. Now I'd like to throw it to Miss Thea, or I'm sorry. Oh, wait, Miss Thea Meyercourt, yes.
I stood up when you guys began, and I should have known when you're dealing with theater people, it's going to take a little while, so I sat back down. Good evening, I'm Mrs. Meyercourt, and I'm the sponsor of Student Helpers, along with Mr. Olmstead. Student Helpers is a club of over 100 students dedicated to helping other students. Primarily, they welcome new freshmen and transfer students to the Oaklawn Community High School. And while that looked very different this year, the Student Helpers were here at the school in person at our new student orientation days at the beginning of the year, welcoming and directing new students around the building. They helped them feel a little more comfortable on their first days during this pandemic. New this year, they also emailed new students and checked in on them, to see if they needed any help. They also worked as homework helpers and tutors, student escorts, and we're here at the new spring 8th grader open house. This year posed many challenges, but these senior helpers rose to the occasion to lead and help in creative ways. So to start off, I'd like to recognize our 5 student officers who truly exemplify what it means to be a student leader, especially in difficult times. These awards are for outstanding commitment above and beyond to student helpers, and they go to Elaine Fariz, Manaya Ali, Taylor Fabian, Iman Cater, and Hiba Werhani. They work very closely together. They all seem to know each other beforehand. I don't know if it was a plot to get elected together, but they were a great team. They're responsible and reliable young women, and I know they're going to do great things in the future. Thank you. Additionally, we want to recognize several senior members of this club who participated in various ways, either as an academic intervention support, social support to students. They worked as student escorts, so if a student was new, they walked into their classes for 2 days. We also had freshmen who had never been in the building and came back this semester and didn't know where anything was, and they just welcomed them and took care of them their first 2 days here in the building. They also did remote tutoring, which was new this year, figured out how to do that, and we're very flexible. So these awards are for outstanding commitment to student helpers, and they go to Lena Abdelrahman, Alyssa Canales, Aneta Zielska, Lillian Fariz, Anthony Hall, Victoria Lisnick, Taif Mahmoud, Emily Mallow, Ariana Martinez, Emma McGrath, Ellen McHenry, Nikki Morrison, Dominic Nicefero, Salma Salama, Emily Savalio, and Melanie Torres. The club's over 100 students, and they don't get very much recognition. They're usually behind the scenes, and they don't always stand out. So I wanted to make sure they got recognized tonight. So we are grateful to all of you for your contributions as student helpers. You make Oak Lawn Community High School a community of caring students. Thank you. And now to present the Theater Awards, please welcome Mr. Jeff Pastiak.
Good evening. While I am theatrical, I promise not to be as verbose as Mr. Olson, as welcome as that is. My first award that I would like to give out is for our Senior Achievement Award. Before I name these students, let me go back a little bit about our theater season. Certainly a lot of challenges. In fact, what is theater without a live audience? That is a question that we had to bring to our entire group after our spring shows were, pardon my pun, dramatically cut short last year, and our students were not able to compete. There was a uphill climb that we had to take as a program to redefine what we were going to do to keep the performing arts alive this year. It has been my honor to work with this wonderfully talented and good-natured and heartwarming group of students that have kept this program living and breathing. But it should not have been a surprise to me, as I was finally able to reflect after it seems of a year of just constant going. This is a group, as far as the theater program, that has been adapting to change all along. Their freshman year, they started in our auditorium gym for their musical. Their sophomore year, they started with practices all over the building, it seemed, until this space was ready for them to come into just weeks before their performance. Junior year, they were able to take a whole year to appreciate this space for all that it can do. And then this year had to reinvent everything that we had learned and changed and adapted across all of those years to make something new. The Senior Achievement Award goes to students that have dedicated themselves for multiple years in our program. I would like to award this to Omar Alkazak, Olha Haska, James Walsh, Alondra Camacho, Alexia Singh, and Emma O'Malley Galvin. Thank you all for your hard work and dedication for this program. You guys are the backbone of this program, and you made everything work. Thank you. The next award I would like to present is for our most outstanding crew member, and this award goes to Mark Novak. Through all of those changes that I was talking about, we have students not just in front of the audience, but behind the scenes. And every year we stress about who are going to be those students that take on some of the more difficult aspects of our backstage crew. And Mark jumped right in, helping with our lighting board, and has been essential to the program ever since. So you will be missed. Our next awards are for Most Outstanding Actor and Actress. These awards typically go to a student who has shown incredible talent throughout their time in our program. And these students certainly have that. Our Most Outstanding Actor and Actress awards go to Jake Majerzik and Jada Jackson. Both of these students have provided incredible performances in both our fall and spring productions. They will certainly be missed. Please make sure that you keep their names in mind, because I think you might see them on a screen someday. The next awards I would like to give are for the Most Valuable Actor and Actress Award. These students, there's not too much of a difference between outstanding and valuable. As you can see, we have a lot of talented students in our program. But these students go a little bit above and beyond just talent. There are students that truly could not have, our program could not function without their help and assistance and guidance and heartbeat through our program, that especially through any change keeps the social bonds, keeps the relationships, and keeps that energy alive, especially when you don't have an audience to give it to you. The Most Outstanding Actor and Actress awards go, Most Valuable Actor and Actress awards go to Daniel McLawhorn and Grace Sievers. These are students that will certainly be missed. I have seen incredible growth in both of their performances over the past 4 years, and I cannot wait to see what you guys do next. Thank you. Our next theater award is actually an award that is new to this year. Certainly a year with many challenges and, you know, recreating the wheel, it seems like, for the 20th time. And it could not happen without the work of our officers, who are the students that are the backbone of the program. They work not only with our fall and spring theater, but in our speech program as well, helping from everything from recruitment to advertising to just setting up whatever we need. And they certainly had quite a challenge, but I knew that we can do it with this person at the lead. I would like to give this Distinguished Thespian Award to Ella Moore. I have enjoyed working with Ella since her freshman year, where she was cast in a lead role in Seussical the Musical. Since then, any role, big or small, speaking or not speaking, you could always pick Ella out from the crowd. And that is because of the heart and dedication that she brought to each role. This last fall, when we were doing live theater, we did The Wizard of Oz, and she didn't have as large of a role as I would like to have given her in that. But she did have a major role helping some junior high students that we brought into the production. I knew that Ella would bring those students under her wing, as she has done for every student that has walked into our program. She truly will be missed. Thank you, Ella. Next, I would like to introduce our producer, Mrs. Erica Johnson, who will introduce one of our new scholarships through the theater program.
It is my pleasure to introduce the Metzger family. Ray Metzger, their older brother, was a dedicated member to the speech and theater programs, and in his memory, we are going to give this new scholarship every year. And so I'm going to let Celine and Gabby, or not Gabby, she's not here, but Celine and Anna and Rosie describe the award and present our recipients.
Good evening. My name is Anna, like Erica said, and this is Celine and Rosie, and Gabby could not make it this evening. So as former Oaklawn Theater members, we each have participated in countless rituals and traditions over the years here. And any current or former member can attest that each one makes this program a special and memorable experience. One of the most enduring traditions is kissing with strawberry for luck. Though no one remembers the true origin story, this began with our brother, Ray Metzger. Ray graduated in OLCHS in 1999 and never wasted a second of his time here. He participated in a variety of activities and athletics, including theater, speech, band, soccer, track, wrestling, NHS, student helpers, just to name a few. Ray knew how to make any experience a meaningful one. He inspired those around him to enjoy life and make lasting memories. Today, we continue to be inspired and influenced by his energy and outlook on life. In honor of Ray's memory and his love for theater and speech, the Raymond Metzger Strawberry Scholarship was created, a scholarship that will celebrate Ray's beliefs in joy, togetherness, and life's adventure. Ray has left, but will continue to leave a lasting and valuable impact on this program and the lives of his students. With this scholarship, our hope is to help the journey of pursuing your passion become more attainable. This is such a monumental time in your lives, and we are delighted for this opportunity to support post-secondary growth, wherever that might take you. It was a joy reading through all of the responses, and the applicants made it very difficult for us to narrow it down, but we are happy to award 2 scholarships today. Please join me in congratulating Grace Severs, and Emma O'Malley Galvin.
Okay, you did. And next up, we'll have Mrs. Clark presenting the awards for the Visual Art Club.
Good evening. My name is Jennifer Clark, and I am the sponsor for the Visual Arts Club. This year, we held both in-person and virtual club meetings. We tried our best to maintain an environment where students could share and explore their artistic talents. The student that I would like to recognize tonight has been a member since her freshman year. She has actively participated in meetings and activities and has been an absolute joy to be around. I'd like to congratulate senior Olivia Duda. I'm like losing my mind. We're going to miss her a lot. Thank you so much for everything. And I would also like to call up Ms. Cooper. Ms. Cooper and I are co-sponsors of the National Art Honor Society.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Ms. Cooper. The purpose of the National Art Honor Society is to highlight students who have attained excellence in the area of fine art. Students try to increase awareness and appreciation of the arts by working on projects throughout the year to incorporate visual art into the school and community. This is a great opportunity to show off artistic talents. The requirements for induction into the National Art Honor Society include a fine arts teacher's invitation, at least a B average in your art classes, and continued participation throughout the year. Due to the special circumstances of this school year, students hosted 2 free virtual art camps for students in grades 6 through 8. These events were extremely successful, and we plan to continue these events in the future. This is a nationally recognized honor society. For their commitment to the visual arts, students will be able to wear special honor cords during their graduation ceremony, and we'll present these tonight. It is our great pleasure to award these cords to Leslie Campos, Taif Mahmood, Guadalupe Leon, Emma Brown, Yakut Saloom, May Darawat, and Taylor Fabian. Congratulations, and thank you so much for all of your hard work these years. I'm now going to introduce Mrs. Jessica Nicholas, our sponsor of the National Honor Society.
Good evening. I have the honor of presenting the members of the Spartan chapter of the National Honor Society with the award for outstanding commitment to service. The Spartan chapter of the National Honor Society was established to recognize students who excel in academics, activities, and athletics. Members demonstrate excellence in the 4 pillars: scholarship, leadership, character, and service. This year, the members tutored their fellow Spartans with over 1,000 hours. They tutored remotely, they tutored in person, and I really can't thank them enough. The school is extremely, extremely appreciative of everything that you did this year. Okay, the following members have completed a minimum of 30 hours, but they went much more above and beyond that this year. They earned a privilege of graduating with honors and are bestowed the Gold Honor Cord for graduation. We ask that you hold your applause until the last name is called. Thank you. Lena Abdelrahman, Shadia Abdelrahman, Noor Adi, Monea Ali, Omar Al-Kazek, Ariana Anderson, Kiara Afia, Amina Arab, Reem Awad, Lauren Burke, Ethan Butler, Grace Butler, Alyssa Canales, Benjamin Cash, Michael Conroy, Aaliyah Cook-Hill, Araceli Dominguez, Olivia Duda, Aneta Jelska, Claire Esquera, Taylor Fabian, Elian Fariz, Lillian Fariz, Madeline Fox, Angelica Gubala, Anthony Hall, Sadie Hartman, Margaret Hennessy, Vanessa Herrera, Christina Jimenez, Jamal Jauda, Iman Cater, Ala Court, Caroline Quack, Marcin Landa, Raymond Lomax, Annette Macias, Taif Mahmood, Jake Majerek, Emily Mallow, Ariana Martinez, Ferris Marzouk, Emma McGrath, Elizabeth McHenry, Ella Moore, Dominic Niceforo, Emma O'Malley Galvin, Hiba Huarini, Carolina Polakowska, Alan Pryman, Jesse Resendez, Selma Salema, Emily Zavaglio, Sophia Cerna, Hussam Sharfi, Devin Sheehan, Gavin Sheehan, Shannon Schoen, Grace Sievers, Alexia Stang, Veronica Stelter, Wayne Sterling, Matus Zamblarski, Melanie Torres, Amelia Trojak, Anthony Urarty, James Walsh, and Jonathan Weber. Thank you.
Board to stand up. Okay. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Can you stand up? Can you guys stand, please? Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. You guys can be seated. Our last award for the evening is the South Suburban Conference Student Activity All Academic Award. This award acknowledges students who have earned at least a 3.5 GPA after 7 semesters of at least one full varsity season in the SSC conference or state competition in band, choir, chess, drama, group interpretation, journalism, mathletes, forensic, and scholastic bowl. Students, please come up when I call your name. I know you want to clap. How about just one big clap for each name I give, and then you can feel good about it, right? Lena Abdul Rahman. Perfect. Addison Abrahamson. Omar Al-Kazak. Laura Blackowitz. Julia Briha. Lauren Burke. Alondra Camacho. Robert Cook. Vincent Fry. Daniel Galdelis. Anthony Hall. Margaret Hennessy. Vanessa Herrera. Zamaria Howard. Olha Huska. Iman Cater. Ala Court. Catherine Luznicki. Jake Mashierzik. Ariana Martinez. Ferris Marzouk. Ella Moore. Emma O'Malley Galvin. Hiba Warini. David Romero. Sophia Cerna. Shannon Schoen. Grace Sievers. Alexia Stang. Matuzis Slembarski. Teresa Ten. Arvin Wallach. James Walsh. And Jonathan Weber. Let's give it up for our SSC All Academic Conference. Whoa, what a night. And to think this is just the start of award season. So, I would like to thank you all for coming tonight. I have some announcements though. Thursday, seniors, is Senior Sunset. Friday is the last day of high school for these seniors. Friday, we will have a senior picnic on the football field after school, 12:30 to 3. If you want to eat, make sure you fill out the Google form. Just a little reminder. Senior Honors Night is May 27th. It will be like this evening. If you are invited, you will get an invite through email and a letter. If you didn't get my letter yet, wait till you get it for this one. It'll be great. Our mail service is awesome sometimes. And then, starting Monday at 12:30, you can pick up your graduation packets in the Spartan lobby for supply pickup. That is when you're going to get your tickets. It's my number one question I receive. When do I get my tickets? You can pick them up Monday, May 24th, starting at 12:30. And then the big day, June 1st, graduation. Woohoo! We will have two ceremonies, one at 5, one at 7:30. And then one other thing, the speech guys kind of talked about, they were reading from the program and look at all the names, and I saw people flipping through their papers. You didn't get that program yet because we would have given it all away. So, on your way out, there are programs at each stanchion there, at each podium, and you can pick up a detailed program with all the awards your students won, because it is something to commemorate. It is great that they were here. It's great that they've been recognized. And it's amazing how few awards are left on this table because of people who missed. This is really one of the most responsible groups, because the people who did miss emailed me, asked me if someone else could accept the award on their behalf. They're incredible. And really, it is because of what you have done. They have done a lot of hard work, but you couldn't do it without the parents. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. All right, and last thing, parents, you have these kids all dressed up and nice. We have a Life Touch photographer here. He'll be out in the lobby. Feel free to take pictures, have him take pictures for you. There's always a Life Touch link on our website. You can see all these photos. Have fun, but make them take a picture with you and all their awards. Have a great evening. Thank you very much.